Okay, so again, I want to welcome every one of you to today's design review, and I've been getting testimonials from the those of you who have been watching the design review online. I'm happy you guys are growing, and I believe that if you don't stop watching these design review videos, I'm sure you will become far better than what you were when you started graphic design. All right, so today's design review, we already have the designs open here on my screen, and I'm going to be sharing with you things that I noticed that did not make the design successful. Now, I have so many things that I noticed on this artwork that did not make it successful, but I'm only going to touch the important part, and although everything that did not make the design successful are all important, but I'm only going to touch few, part of it today. All right. And before I critique this design, share this with you guys so that once it's sink in your head, you'll be able to come up with good design easily. Now, we are visual communicators. All right. And our job as designers is to make, sure that we use design elements to pass message to the audience. One of the best way we can do this is to try as much as possible to make the project simple enough that the audience will quickly get the message fast, because this is not a video that we do here. We do more of still project, and the easiest way we can let people understand our message is when we try as much as possible to make the design simple enough for them to see every information on it. Now, this will now take me to why I believe that this design is not successful. All right, so the render title. Now, I know some of you don't know what they call a render title. Whenever you clip an image inside a text, in graphic design, the text is called render text. Okay, so the render title here did not connect with the message of the project. The pattern inside the image did not connect with the message. Yeah, I know. I always tell you guys that make your title abstract. Making it abstract should not now go outside of the message. There are different ways you can achieve this. One of the concepts you can use to achieve this is by turning this to a power button. All right, I believe it will still connect that way. Now, this project looks too busy, and when a design looks too busy, one of the ways to reduce the busyness is not to add but to subtract. All right, because if you look at the background of this image, it's looking too busy. Now, this pattern inside the title is taken away from the message. All right, and then the background shape behind the minister is totally off. I understand you are trying to separate the minister from the background, but there are better ways to do this. You can pick a color from the background, change the value to something brighter than the background, and apply a soft brush behind the minister. This would make the design look less busy, but doing this is taking away from the message. All right. Another thing that affects, design most time is wrong alignment. The content on this project are not well aligned. All right. They are not well aligned. Everything just, going from left to right and so on. And these, simple things like these are what normally affect the beauty of, our design. Not using the proper alignment always make design project look like what can I use? Ant house. I don't know if you guys have seen where ants built house before. It's not always well structured, and this always affect the layout of our design. When we don't use proper alignment, it always make our design layout look funny. A good design layout should look like a spider web. If you check out a spider web, you see that it always come in perfect layout. That's how good design should look, and that's it on this design. Then we'll go straight to our second design for today. The symmetrical layout here is not bad. All right. The problem with this is that elements are too close, and this made the proximity dull. Proximity is when you make elements close to each other, they are seen as one group. So, but the way the designer did it here, everything is just too close, and this now made the layout look boring. All right. Now, space is what gives life to proximity. Without space, trust me, proximity will perish. And that's why I said the proximity here is done, because there's no space for, there's no space for those elements to breathe. Everything is just too, close to each other. Now, when it comes to movie posters, all right, or movie night posters, suspense should be what you are going to use to draw people to the event. All right. Most designers always, I notice most designers don't know this. When you're doing any project that got to do with movies, you need to have this in mind that, okay, I have to create something that would make people want to come for the event. And how you can achieve this is when you create suspense. And that's why you see most movie posters, you realize that they have different ways of, creating suspense on movie posters. If it's something that got to do with romance, you see the characters, close to each other with this simple and lovely look. If it's action movie, you see something like an explosion, or you see helicopter flying and so on. When you're designing movie night poster, that type of sensation should be what you're supposed to be looking at. I notice again that most designers always use this, this clapper board thing whenever they work on project like this. No, no, no. Please stop. Using clapper board for movie night poster is not always right. This image have when to use it. You can use it if the content on the artwork says movie shoot and not movie night. All right. Now there are many images you can use when working on movie night posters or flyer. You can use popcorn and 3D glass. So this is fine, but just 3D glass will still help um, the project. The cursive text here says classes. You see, I'm finding it difficult to pronounce. This looks like CLASSIS instead of classic. Always watch out for type errors on your design project, and be very careful, because you are trying to tell people's story here, and when you don't spell things correctly, they may give it another meaning. All right, so you need to watch out for that. Okay, so let's go straight to the next design. Now, this design is one of the reasons why I, decided to push this design review to this Saturday. Okay, now the combination of the background color is seriously off, and that's one of the reasons why it looks as if this project looks dull. Don't combine cool color with warm color on your background. Now, for those of you that don't know what cool color and warm color is, so if I draw a line here like this, all right, if I draw a line here, now the colors here are cool, color here are warm. All right, now when you now combine cool colors with warm color on your background, you are going to make the background look funny. I know most of you don't know this, and I'm giving you the secret now. So you need to be very careful when you're doing this. Now, but there are times when you can do this, but you only do this if you are trying to pass a message. But the title of this project here says Worship Sunday. So I don't see any reason why we are supposed to combine cool colors with warm color. But most time it's not always nice to combine cool colors with warm color on our background. You can use one color with different values on your background, or colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. Now, to learn how to use color, you can watch my how to use color video on YouTube. I believe it will help you and bless you where how knowing how to use color is concerned. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. If, for example, I'm working on this project now, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to let me just quickly show you guys what I'm trying to say, because some of you may not really get my message. Okay, so if I select my brush tool now and I increase the size of my brush, all right, I'm going to pick a color from here, and I'll hit X on my keyboard to pick this color so that I won't be going back and forth picking the color. So I'm going to switch to this one and just apply this here, then X again and apply this here, like so. If I hide this and pick this from here, like so, and I do this, okay, this. Oops, sorry, that's not part of the plan. Just gonna push this like this. So even if you check, if you go and check the color wheel, you'll notice that these colors are colors that are next to each other. I believe you guys are nodding your head over there. So I'm going to just scale this a bit. All right. Now this is beautiful. So now if I now pick a color from the cool color, let's say I pick a color from, I pick this shade of color from here, and I type size this, and I'll make this big. The color is nice, but if you still want to say, okay, you don't want to use this shade of color, then you cannot go to your color picker and then just play around with different value of that particular color. Now you see this is beginning to look nice. If I go up, this is going to go off because the background is bright. So I need to do something opposite or opposite the background, like so. Now this is beautiful. So if I hit OK now, you see this is nice. Then I need to hide this. I believe you're good on this, right? So if I turn this back on. All right, so again, okay, so I notice again that the eye movement on this project is not, it's not balanced. All right. It would have been nice, yeah, if you make Sunday the same size with worship here. All right, the same size with worship, and reduce the size of this the music minister, and make this size half of the size of the title. I believe with that it will help the high movement. The hierarchy is not balanced. So, and okay, and then this should be under, yeah, so this should be under Sunday like a rider. All right, so if you do it that way, I believe it will make the project look unique. And then again, guys, please, whenever you are given a picture like this from clients, don't use it. Avoid using dull quality pictures on your project, please. Avoid it. Now, why I'm saying this is this: every design you do for client is you marketing yourself. Now, when you don't now use and pictures, in fact, I'm about to skip something very important here. Pictures are, in fact, image is one very powerful tool that we use as designers to make our project look interesting and beautiful. When you use sharp images, it will make your project look mature. It will make it look, it will make it have this attractive look. But when you use dull image with dull qualities, it will make the project look sick. And whenever you are given design project to work on, just know that you are trying to market yourself. If you don't talk like a professional to your clients, they won't recommend you to people. Even if they recommend you to people, and the person that they are recommending you to said, okay, can I see some of the designs from this guy that you're talking about? This client that asks you to do this job will send the colleague or the family this design with dull quality image that you use. In fact, the press is most time they don't tell them that I'm the one that gave him this image. And the person that they gave your contact to may not even understand why the design is not looking successful to him or her. But the person will just go like, I don't think this person is good. Most time, using low quality image always make our projects, boring. It always make it look like something is wrong. All right. So this dull image here is part of what is killing this, project. So you need to be very careful when you are, getting content from clients. All right. And then still on the image part, whenever you're cropping images on your project, like you're trying to crop a character from its original background, avoid all these white lines around the image. All right. It always makes the image look like you cut it out from a paper and then just place it on the project. So you need to avoid that. All right. And then I hope you guys enjoy today's design review. All right, don't forget to subscribe if you have not. And for those of you who already did, thank you for supporting me. And again, share this video with your friends and family who are designers. I'm sure if you do this for them, I've been receiving so many prayers from you guys. I'm sure they will pray for you too. I'll see you guys again next week. Peace.